Okay, have you ever been scrolling, through your feed or maybe listening to something and bam, another revolutionary health product pops up?
Oh, constantly. It feels like every day there's something new.
Exactly, and it promises like incredible results, right? The quick fix, the magic
Mm,
bullet.
that one thing you've been missing.
Yeah. It's just this constant flood of information, new supplements, these miracle cures. And, well, let's be honest, it can feel almost impossible to tell what's real and what's just clever marketing.
It really can. Like wading through fog, you don't know what's solid ground.
Totally. So today we're grabbing our metaphorical compass. We're doing a deep dive into one product that's been making the rounds, the Berberine Cinnamon Drops.
Ah, yes, I've seen that one mentioned.
You've probably seen it, or, something very similar. It's pushed as this fast-absorbing, all-natural liquid.
Lip formula, yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds convenient.
And the claims, they're designed to hit all those buttons. We're talking regulating blood sugar, slashing cravings, even helping burn belly fat, and boosting your energy.
The greatest hits of health marketing, essentially. Who wouldn't want that?
Exactly. So our mission today is to unpack all this, look at the ingredients, the claims, and compare it to what our sources, the actual research, the independent reviews, what they actually say.
Right, cut through the noise.
Yeah, we want to give you the tools, like an insider's guide,
Yeah.
to evaluate not just this product, but, the next one that shows up.
Okay, let's do it. And what's really interesting here often is how these things start. They often latch onto a small piece of actual science.
The kernel of truth.
Precisely. That's where the marketing often begins. So if you look at the ingredients listed for these Lionel drops, you see things like berberine, cinnamon, apple cider vinegar, bitter melon, chromium, and ginseng.
Okay, a mix of familiar and maybe less familiar names.
Right. And it's not like these are completely pulled out of thin air.
Yeah.
Some of them, particularly berberine and cinnamon, well, our research shows there are studies suggesting they might have a, let's say, small impact, a modest effect.
Small impact on what specifically?
On things like blood sugar levels, maybe metabolism. But we're talking subtle effects found in specific studies. Think of it like a tiny spark. Promising, maybe, but small.
A tiny spark, okay. And that's where it gets really interesting, isn't it? Because you hear small, modest impact from the science, but then the marketing claims are huge. Melting belly fat, instant energy, cravings gone. That's not a small step, that's a massive leap.
It's a chasm. Absolutely. You find one acorn, and suddenly you're selling an entire oak forest ready-made.
Exactly. So just because an ingredient has some scientific interest doesn't automatically mean it's a magic bullet for all these big problems, right?
Not at all. And the experts we looked at were really clear about this. You have to be realistic. Biology is complex.
Right.
No single supplement, none, can specifically target fat in one area, like your belly. That's just not how fat loss works. And it certainly can't cure something complex like diabetes or give you truly instant major results. The body just doesn't change that dramatically that quickly from a few drops of something.
So the advertising for these Lionel drops, it sounds like it's pushing way beyond what's plausible.
That's exactly what the analysis suggests. It seems to be engaging in, well, let's call it marketing hyperbole.
Okay.
Taking that tiny spark of potential truth about, say, berberine, and fanning it into this huge roaring fire of claims that just, well, they don't hold up when you really look closely.
Overselling it. Big time.
Way overselling what it can likely do. It's presented as far more transformative than the ingredients could realistically deliver on their own.
Okay, so if the big promises don't quite line up with the science, what else should we, or you listening, be looking out for? What are the other warning signs?
Good question. This is where we move beyond just the ingredients and look at the whole picture, the tactics, the fine print.
The red flag. Yeah.
Exactly, red flags. And these aren't just about Lionel drops. These are clues you can use for any supplement. This is the detective work part.
All right, lead the way. Where do we start?
Let's start right on their own website. Our sources highlighted something pretty interesting buried in the fine print.
Okay, always read the fine print. What did it say?
Well, first it says prices and details can change anytime. Standard enough? Maybe. But here's the kicker.
Oh.
The fine print also says, and get this, they don't take responsibility if the product doesn't deliver results.
Wait, what? So they sell it claiming it does all these things, blood sugar, fat loss, energy. But then buried somewhere it says, hey, if it doesn't work, not our problem.
That's pretty much the gist. Think about what that signals.
Yeah, That's a huge red flag right there, isn't it? It screams lack of confidence in their own product.
Exactly. It's more than just legal jargon. It destroys trust. If you genuinely believe your product works wonders, why explicitly say you're not responsible if it, well, doesn't?
It shifts all the risk straight onto the buyer.
Completely.
Yeah.
You buy based on the promise, but the promise comes with a hidden asterisk saying, essentially, fingers crossed. Imagine buying a car and the fine print says, we don't take responsibility if this car doesn't actually drive.
You'd walk away immediately. Okay, that's a big one. What else?
Well, moving from the legal stuff to practical issues. Our research found reports online, user complaints, about customer service. Or rather, the lack of it.
Like what? Trouble getting help.
Yeah, some people had real problems managing their subscriptions, found it really hard to cancel or change orders, that kind of thing.
Oh, the dreaded subscription trap.
Could be. And others just struggled to get any response from customer support when they had questions or issues.
That's not good, especially if you're taking something for your health. You might actually need to talk to them.
Absolutely. If you have a question, a concern, maybe even a side effect, and the company is just a black hole, that's a problem.
Yeah. It really undermines the whole idea of them being there to help you with your wellness.
It does. It paints a picture, doesn't it? Especially combined with that no responsibility clause. It suggests the focus might be more on getting the sale than supporting the customer or backing the product's effectiveness.
It chips away at trust, like you said.
Yeah.
Okay, what about proof? Like testimonials. Do they have happy customers raving about it?
Well, they have testimonials on the site, yes, but here's another finding from our analysis.
Let me guess. They don't seem quite real.
You got it. The investigation suggested they don't look like genuine customer reviews.
How so? Like stock photos.
That kind of thing. Maybe stock photos, overly generic stories, sounding a bit too perfect, maybe too polished. Not like how real people usually talk about their experiences.
So, not authentic. Why is that such a big deal? Lots of marketing uses polished language.
It's a big deal because genuine reviews, real stories from real users, are powerful social proof. When they seem fake or heavily manipulated, it makes you question everything else they're claiming.
Right. If they're faking their reviews, what else are they faking?
Exactly.
Yeah.
It suggests they might not have many genuine success stories to share, so they have to create them. It's an attempt to manufacture trust instead of earning it. If this stuff really worked wonders, you'd expect real, verifiable stories flooding in, right?
Yeah, you would. Okay, this picture is getting clearer. Anything else major?
Yes. One more pattern that really stood out, and it's a tactic you see across the industry sometimes.
Okay.
Our sources found that this specific product formulation, or very similar ones, seems to have been rebranded several times under different names.
Wait, so it's like the same product wearing different costumes?
Essentially, yes. New name, maybe slightly different packaging, but the same core claims and the same marketing tactic.
What kind of tactic?
Oh, the classics, those countdown timers on the website saying offer ends in 5 minutes.
Those.
Yeah. Limited time discounts, only 3 left at this price. That high pressure stuff designed to make you buy now without thinking too much.
So, new name, same game.
Pretty much. The product gets a makeover, but the sales playbook stays identical.
Okay, but why? Why keep rebranding if the product is so great?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
Okay.
It raises a huge doubt. If something is genuinely revolutionary and effective, it usually builds a strong reputation under one name. People trust it, word spreads.
Right. Brand loyalty.
Exactly.
Right.
This constant rebranding cycle often suggests something else. Maybe trying to escape negative reviews piling up under the old name.
Like starting fresh.
Or maybe just trying to keep targeting new people who haven't heard the pitch before without the baggage of the previous brand. It looks new and exciting, even if it's just recycled.
It feels like a way to avoid accountability. Keep the sales going without dealing with past issues.
That's a very good way to put it. It capitalizes on our attraction to novelty, making us think it's a breakthrough when it might just be, well, last year's model with a new label.
Wow. Okay, so let's piece this all together then. We've got these appealing but kind of exaggerated claims based on ingredients with maybe a tiny bit of science, but blown way out of proportion.
Right.
Then we have the fine print saying no responsibility.
Big red flag.
Customer service issues, questionable testimonials.
Seems potentially manufactured.
And this whole cycle of rebranding the same thing over and over. So what's the bottom line? What does this all mean for someone listening right now trying to make smart choices?
Well, the conclusion from the collective research we looked at is pretty clear. and quite stark, actually.
Okay.
If these Lionel Berberine Cinnamon Drops truly work the way it's advertised, the specific fat loss, the blood sugar cures, it would almost certainly be featured in major medical news.
You'd hear about it from doctors, see proper studies.
Exactly. It would be undergoing rigorous clinical trials. Doctors would be recommending it. And our sources state very clearly this is not the case.
So it hasn't reached that level of scientific validation or medical acceptance?
Not even close. That's your critical benchmark. Real breakthroughs get noticed by the scientific and medical communities, not just by online ads.
So the core message is?
The core message is, while some ingredients might offer some minor potential benefits on the side, the bold promises absolutely do not match reality.
The hype doesn't match the facts.
Precisely. This whole deep dive is really a reminder, isn't it?
Oh.
Always weigh those flashy marketing claims against independent facts, against solid science. Don't just go by what sounds easy or amazing.
Be an educated consumer. Critical thinking is key.
Absolutely essential in this landscape.
Okay, so this deep dive into the Lionel Drops really hammers home a crucial lesson for all of us, doesn't it?
It really does.
We absolutely need to approach any supplement claim, really, with a healthy dose of skepticism. Use that informed perspective, look for those red flags we talked about.
Don't let the flashy promises or those countdown timers cloud your judgment.
Right. That urge for a quick fix is strong, we all feel it, but your critical thinking has to be stronger.
Couldn't agree more. And the experts we consulted, their advice is pretty much unanimous on this. Basically, it's always best to be careful, even skeptical, with supplements that sound too good to be true. Simple as that.
Focus on what actually works.
Yes. Focus on evidence-based treatments, things that are proven.
Yeah.
Focus on lifestyle changes that we know make a difference. And critically, talk to your doctor or a healthcare professional.
Get real medical advice, not marketing advice.
Exactly. So you, listening now, you've got some sharp tools from this discussion. You can use these to evaluate the next health claim you come across. Think of it as your personal BS detector for the wellness world.
I like that, a BS detector. Okay, final thought then, something for our listeners to chew on.
Okay, here's something to consider. As you go about your day and you inevitably see another ad, another product promising effortless fixes for really complex health problems, just pause. Pause and ask yourself this. Am I truly investing in my long-term evidence-based health here? Or am I just buying into the idea, the very seductive idea of an easy solution?
Investing in health versus investing in a tempting shortcut.
Exactly. Think about the implications of that choice. It makes a difference.